Guys, I am not a conspiracy theorist, but it seems like with every passing day, the mainstream media makes me think twice about how I feel about people like Alex Jones. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. I want to remain in reality, but when you have sports turned political commentators like Keith Olbermann going on unhinged rants, seeming to speak in code about what we're all thinking that the Democrats and the liberal agenda ultimately wants, when he goes and puts this message out there to the world, it makes me think about what is really going on. And as I've said before, guys, I believe that the media members are paid actors for the most part. You know, some guys, like my man Tuck, he's still good. Laura Ingraham is fine as well too, but we still got some people out there that's still independent thinkers. But this guy, Keith Olbermann, is literally insane. But before we get into that, my name is Greg Foreman, and you watching a Black Conservative Perspective. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black Conservative Perspective, aka a liberal's worst nightmare. You can also follow me on Twitter at GForemanBCP. Let's get it. All right, guys, watch this unhinged rant from Keith Olbermann.
Trump can be and must be expunged. The hate he has triggered, the Pandora's box he has opened, they will not be so easily destroyed. So, let us brace ourselves. The task is twofold. The terrorist Trump must be defeated, must be destroyed, must be devoured at the ballot box. And then he and his enablers and his supporters and his collaborators and the Mike Lees and the William Barrs and the Sean Hannitys and the Mike Pences and the Rudy Giulianis and the Kyle Rittenhouses and the Amy Coney Barretts must be prosecuted and convicted and removed from our society while we try to rebuild it, and to rebuild the world Trump has nearly destroyed by turning it over to a virus. Remember it, even as we dream of a return to reality and safety and the country for which our forefathers died, that the fight is not just to win an election, but to win it by enough to chase, at least for a moment, Trump and the maggots off the stage, and then try to clean up what they left. Remember it, even though to remember it means remembering that the fight does not end November 3rd, but in many ways will only begin that day.
All right, guys, they say that the right is unhinged. They say that President Trump is unhinged and that the right is about violence and destruction. I mean, can anybody listen to this guy's rant? And this guy is a super liberal, no doubt in my mind. This guy is a Marxist. He is speaking in code, but can anybody doubt that what this man said is a direct threat to the president? I mean, he said that the Supreme Court Justice nominee, Amy Coney Barrett, bless her heart, man. Bless her heart, because, this woman has been judged for her religion. She's even been judged for adopting black children. They tried to frame it in a negative way. I mean, for all accounts, this woman is a great American who worked under Scalia, who is an originalist when it comes to understanding the Constitution, and the left hates it. They hate her because they know that she's gonna stick to the Constitution. This sweet lady, I'm so sorry, but he threw her name in there along with President Trump and Mike Lee and all us Trump supporters like me and you, and whoever else is watching this video, they may be thinking about supporting Trump. He said that we should be removed, locked up in prison, and prosecuted. He is saying that we should be removed. That is almost like a death threat, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm just saying. So, this guy is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs insane. Did you guys know? I did some research on him before I did this video. This man literally hit his head, had a head injury trying to jump on a New York City subway station train. Hit his head, and it permanently messed up his equilibrium. I mean, this dude literally is messed up in the head. Literally. If you couldn't tell from this rant, that's a fact. He was also fired from Fox, and the person that fired him said that he was crazy. That's why they fired him. Right? So this dude is insane. So he's essentially talking about trying to break down society as we know it and build up a new society. What does that sound like, guys? I mean, seriously, like, how else can you frame this type of language? The liberals want to create a new America. They don't like the old America. They want to create a new America in which there's no freedom of speech, you have no Second Amendment rights, and the government is God. That's what they want. That's what they want. And they want it to be damn near like the Chinese Communist Party of China. That's what they want. They've been begging for it. They've been begging for it. When it comes to this vaccine, they're begging for vaccinations. They're begging for basically a national police force to go in by rebelling against their local police forces. These liberals, I don't know if they know, but they're asking for an authoritarian government to step in and to rule our society and bring us closer to Europe and communist ideologies. And there's no doubt in my mind that this guy right here, Keith Olbermann, is a far left Marxist. No doubt. No doubt in my mind. I mean, this type of rhetoric is insane. I mean, I've never heard President Trump use rhetoric like this. This comes off the tail end of the alleged kidnapping attempt that was foiled by the FBI on the Michigan governor, Gretchen Whitmer. And personally, guys, I don't buy into that story 100%. I just don't. Because the first thing they want to do is go out there and blame President Trump for this, even though one of the guys that were a part of this kidnapping attempt came out and called Trump a tyrant. He was skeptical of the government in general. He did not like any form of government. And also he was anti-police because he had been ranting against the police after getting a speeding ticket. That is not a Trump supporter. That is not a Republican. That is not a conservative. That is something else. He might be far left, but he's not a normal person. You know what I'm saying? So I think that a lot of stuff that's going on right now, guys, is you're seeing the Democrats become more openly hostile, openly telling you guys, this is what the plan is. Nancy Pelosi with this 25th Amendment thing coming out. We're overthrowing Joe Biden. Kamala is going to be the president, basically. They're doing that. They're blaming the alleged kidnapping attempt on Trump. They're trying to paint Trump out to be the worst person in the world and that he has to go no matter what. And then they're marching pawns like this guy out there to incite rhetoric that is going to lead to violence and destruction. He's essentially telling the left to take action against Trump supporters and conservatives. That's what he's doing. I mean, this dude has been railing against Republicans his whole life. He's hated conservatives. He was feuding with Bill O'Reilly back in the day. He does not like conservatives. I'm telling you. Again, and these people call themselves Americans. Okay? I think we guys can both agree. I personally, for as much as I don't like the Democrats and liberals, I don't wish harm upon people. I don't want violence. However, the closer it gets to election season, guys, the more convinced that I've become that civil war is basically inevitable. I'm not saying I want it to happen. I'm just saying it seems like there, at the very least, there's going to be a small conflict after election day. And I don't believe it matters who's even elected, whether or not it will happen. I think that there's going to be some violence and conflict on the level of what we've already been seeing happening, but probably just a notch or two above that. It ain't going to be, 1864, 1865, Civil War. That ain't what it's going to be. But it seems like the left is ready for violence. Obviously, the right, we're the most armed people in society. It don't seem like it's going to be good, come after this election day. And when crazy people like this, hardcore Marxists like Keith Olbermann go out there and they cite rhetoric like this, it just tells me that maybe the left, this is what the left want. Maybe this is what they want. I don't want it personally. I want everything to remain peaceful. However, at the same time, the Democrats are pulling out everything. They're making stuff up. They're trying to modify the Constitution. They're pushing this scamdemic on people. They're participating in election fraud. They're doing everything they can to make sure they get Trump out of office. And I'm not sure if this is going to end well. I just don't know. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.